Yes, sir. It's your boy, Jay Holley. The KBB No Ball Better University class is now in session. I am your professor, Jesse Holley. And what we're going to break down today is how did the Matt Eberflus defense defend Jalen Hurts? We said it in the other segment that when you looked at what they did in this game, Matt Eberflus is known to be a zone defensive coordinator. That's what he does. Well, in the game last night versus the Philadelphia Eagles, he played 100% zone coverage last night. And you look at the top of this graph right here, you see cover 3 is what he likes to play the most. And so we're going to look at a play right here. And now look at this formation at the top of this ball. You see 2 high safeties right now, and it may look like it may be some sort of cover 2 or cover 4 type situation. But as this play begins to evolve, this is going to go into a cover 3 buzz, right? You're going to have that safety come down and to kind of play a little bit of that hook flat area over where the tight end is that other safety on the opposite hash is going to flash to the middle of the field.
Luce knows what he's doing. He's like, let me get Donovan out of that deep half.
He knows. He knows. This is like my tackling safety. And you see the cornerbacks on the outside, Kyrie Elam at the top, and then you got Deron Bland at the bottom. They're going to play the deep thirds on this defense. Now, here's the thing, and we talked about it in the last segment, but here's the thing when you go to the cover 3 zone, that you got to be able to create some sort of pressure up front, because when you look at it, that guy's covered at the bottom, that guy's covered in the middle, that guy's covered on the outside. But when you look, there's a cone, and you'll see it better from the backside. We'll get to that. There's a cone setting up in there, and so the zone, it has open pockets if the quarterback has time to get to them, right?
You get the right route combination.
And you got the right combination as well. But this is what you want. You see that guys are covered all across the board. And this is how you want to play this. Eyes back in the backfield, so they're seeing kind of when the quarterback is ready to throw. Their hips are opened up, so no deep passes. That's one of the things what the zone does. It eliminates all of the deep passes, all of the big chunk plays down the middle of the field. And you've heard Eberflus talk about this. Hey, I want to be able to keep everything in front of us, and then 11 guys rally to the football. And as you can see right here, it's there. Jalen Hurts, his eyes, what you know about Jalen Hurts, the quarterback, is this. This is not a quarterback like a Josh Allen, like a Patrick Mahomes, who reads through multiple progressions. He's the kind of guy that's trying to find his first read, and if he doesn't find the first read, he malfunctions. And so the thing about that is that this is why pressure and coverage goes hand in hand, because if he can't find his first read and this pressure, he malfunctions and he'll just fall into a sack. Like, he's not really trying to get out of there and process this thing through. But as you can see, the other guys are pretty much covered. And so now his first read in this one is the tight end right there underneath, where he locks in on that. You like to have better angles from your linebacker and your safety, but this is what they want to do and say, hey, you know what? Throw underneath, we'll rally to the football. Next one. All right, so when we look at it from the back, this is the cone that the offensive line created. I told you, when you have a 4-man front, by simple sheer math, you're always going to have 5 offensive linemen, center, 2 guards, 2 tackles. So if you're only rushing 4, one of these dudes are going to be double teamed. You see in this picture, it's Osa on this particular play. He's double teamed right there on the left-hand side.
Somebody whoop somebody.
So now here's what you got to have. You got to have your outside guys. To the left, you see 54. That's Sam Williams. Sam, you cannot run down the middle of that tackle. That's Lane Johnson. That's one of the best offensive tackles in the game. To your right, you see that's Dante Fowler against Jordan Mailata. You got to bring something. This is what you don't want from your defensive rush ends. I know that you want to create a cone and keep Jalen Hurts locked in, but now when you see this, he has so much time to sift through things and watch things. Here's where we talk about Kenneth Murray, okay? Kenneth Murray, when you're looking at this in the zone, as you're looking back at the quarterback, his eyes is looking to your left. Start moving that way, buddy. Start going that way. You're still stuck in mud looking at the quarterback, and he's already shown you, kind of almost declared to a point in time where he's going to your left, and you're still looking back at the quarterback. You've been looking at him since the ball was snapped. As his head turns, you should be moving that way. That's the area where you have the hook curl right there. So don't just stand there with your feet in your feet in mud. Get moving, buddy. Get working. He's already declared, here's where I'm looking at. Here's what my eyes are showing me. I got to get moving that way so that I can now either deter him from doing that, maybe get in there and disrupt the pass a little bit, or be closer to the target to where maybe he even thinks or second guesses throwing to him. Right now, this is an easy pitch and catch for a guy like Jalen Hurts because that's what he likes to do. He likes to find that first read, that thing underneath, and then he wants to go to it right now. You don't have the pressure from your guys in the middle of that to make him short circuit. You're taking away the deep balls because you're in cover 3, the guys underneath, and this might be our two kind of worst cover guys, Kenneth Murray and Donovan Wilson. You got to be able to eliminate these particular throws that you see right here. Eberflus, when you're running this cover 3 defense, that particular one right there is cover 3 buzz on that one. When you run these kind of defenses, what's imperative is that you're able to create some sort of pressure with the guys that you're rushing up front with the front 4. If not, there's always going to be holes in the zone. The more time the quarterback has, the more ability that they will be able to make winning plays. You're not going to play Jalen Hurts every single week, right? So you're not going to get a guy who short circuits after the read. You got Russell Wilson coming up this week. Now, I'm not saying Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the league, but Russell Wilson will process some things. He will go through some reads.
You put Jameis.
And,
a lot better than Jalen.
Yeah. And you put Jameis.
But you got to be able to create that pressure. If Matt Eberflus is going to be a 100% zone cover defensive coordinator,